This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by the Gatton Leagues Club, Gatton Leagues Club and Power FM. Live and free from the Gatton Leagues Club on Power TV Australia. And now, here's your host from the Obie and Cookie Call on Power FM, Andrew O'Brien, a.k.a. Obie.
Welcome back to the Gatton Leagues Club, and we're here with the General Manager, something like that, of the Gatton Leagues Club. Very long-time friend of mine, Wayne McKenzie. Thanks for having us out here tonight, mate.
Welcome, Obie. Thanks for coming.
That's good, and mate, what a fantastic complex you've got down here.
We have. We're very proud of it.
Yeah, tell us how it evolved. You've been here for many years.
In 1985, they decided, the junior base here said that we're sick of meeting in pubs. We might build ourselves somewhere to have a meeting and somewhere for the juniors to belong. And the whole town embraced it and built a smaller version, and we've sort of morphed from there when gaming machines come along.
And you've got, how many members you've got here?
3,000.
3,000, mate. You know, where do you put them all?
They don't all come at once.
Well, the biggest crowd we had was Dalby Highfields 2 years in a row, and that was Ladies' Night, I think it was. And wasn't that a fantastic night?
It was a bit of
plenty of entertainment.
It was a bit of a night out, yeah.
It
was a rumble in the jungle. Yeah.
Now, you've been here. What's your proudest part about being here so many years of this Leagues Club?
It's viable. It's something the town's proud of, and a legacy would be that it's going to be here forever. So, yeah, proud of that.
And on the other side of the coin, mate, how are the diehards going to go on Sunday?
Oh, a tough question. I hope they go well. Their form's been mixed, but the supporters love them out here, so that might get them over the line, I hope. So, yeah, we don't really enjoy Valley's having any success, so we might have a crack at them. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, good on you. Thanks very much for having us. So, welcome to the TRL Footy Show, and let's do it, kids, okay? It's a TRL Footy Show. Put your hands together for these boys. Well done, guys.
After the break, Obie and the panel will review round 18. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Gatton Leagues Club, Gatton Leagues Club and Power FM. Live and free from the Gatton Leagues Club on Power TV Australia. Thanks for joining us for the TRL Footy Show from the Gatton Leagues Club. Let's get back to Obie and the panel.
Thanks very much, Robbo. Well, deja vu. We're back here at Gatton Leagues Club. Is there a crowd out there? Woo! Well, that's no good. Is there a crowd out there? Woo! Yeah, baby. And look, joining me on the panel tonight is, look, he's taking over from me as a mega media star, a name synonymous with rugby league out here, Neville Cherry. How are you, Neville?
Mate, Obie, I'm going brilliant. Isn't it a wonderful time of year coming up? The weather's warming up, the birds are out, the magpies are out, and most importantly, semi-final football's around the corner.
It sure is one of our favourite clubs. We love coming out here to Dalby. We were out here early in the year at the Criterion, and thanks for their sponsorship for the final series coming up. And it's a big welcome to the President, Tom Kelly. How are you, Tommy?
Thanks, Harvey. Well, thanks, Nev. Good to see you back in Dalby again. It's always a pleasure to have you fellas out here. We have a ton of fun on and off the field as we go along.
So Tom, we've got you back on the footy show after last time, and has everyone told you you've got a face for TV?
No, not too many people have told me that, mate. No, so,
that's good. Okay, well, let's get into it.
No one's throwing any money at me, so...
That's right. Well, as we said a couple of weeks ago, the Phillies have finished their season. We'll see them next season. The Mustangs are to get done by Victorian Thunderbolts. They're an Aussie real side from Victoria. No, only joking. They play for the Storm undercard. and they got done 70 points to 14. And this week they are at South Slogan's Magpies. Now the best thing about that is that they're at Gold Park on Saturday, and they kick off about 2 p.m. and we're playing finals on a Sunday. So get out there, don't you reckon, Nev?
Mate, most definitely, Obi. And I just think for these young guys playing against South Logan, which will be a hard task, but mate, as long as they turn up with a good attitude, like league's all about attitude. Some you win some, you lose some, and these fellas just keep pushing to the end. I think they'll do the community proud.
Okay, well, let's get into our review of the last round of the Hutchies Toowoomba Rugby League competition, and we were out at Oakey. Nev was there, Cookie was there, and Oakey, what an entertaining game. It was 20 points to 8 at half time that Oakey had Gundawindi, and then Gundawindi came out of the sheds. I don't know what it was, but they led 22 to 20 with about 20 minutes. It was about 22-20 for about 20 minutes, and then that man, the most improved footballer in the competition, Daniel Hayer, Dylan Hayer, I've called him Daniel all season. What is wrong with me? Give yourself an uppercut. Dylan Hayer, he scored 2 tries, game over. Neville.
Mate, he certainly did, and he's improved every week, and Oakey's been crying out for a hero for about 10 years now, and Dylan Hayer stepped into that slot. He just, when the game was on the line, he stepped up and scored 2 tries.
That's right, because Neville, you were their last hero 10 years ago, I can tell you there as well. Dylan Hayer got 3 points for the Player of the Year. Tom Fitzgerald, and look, one of the best interviews of the year with Tom Fitzgerald. I think he said 3 words the whole 50 seconds. Good on you, Tommy, you're an absolute legend for Gundawindi, and one thing for sure, he's a very good footballer. Aaron Cherry, who's last year's Player of the Year, no, the year before, sorry, was it?
No, last year.
Yeah, no, didn't Daniel Holmes get it last year?
No, the year before.
The year before, sorry, you know. Well, Aaron Cherry hasn't lost anything. He had a great game, and what a great night it was at Oakey, Neville. We had sponsors night. They're starting their old boys up, and they had the Indigenous round.
Mate, they certainly did, and like as with Dalby and all country towns in Toowoomba, mate, they love the rugby league, and they live for it on a Saturday night. You're always going to get a good crowd, and mate, the community come out to support the Bears on Saturday night.
And reserve grade, well, Gundawindi were in front, 54 points to 0. Oakey scored about 1 minute to go. Who took the kick for goal, mate?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, who's the fellow that we've interviewed and he loved
Oh, Fishy, not Fishy. Oh, no.
No, what's his name, Gibbo? Yeah, you know him. We've interviewed him. He's an absolute legend out there. He was about 5 metres in, and he kicked it over the post, and he's Gibbo. You know, look, talk about.
I was doing interviews. I couldn't see.
And then the best game, one of the best games of the weekend was under 18s, and that was Gundawindi won 24 points to 18. Over to Club Pittsworth. Now this was a very important game because Valleys were 24 points on for and against behind Dalby, weren't they, Tom?
Right.
And at half time was what, 26-0. Were you listening to the call?
On and off, just having a quick look at stuff. Not much.
Yeah, but that's right. But then they went and wham bang, 52 points to 4 over Pittsworth. A bit disappointing from the Danes, given that they were sending off Ian Braxton.
Most definitely, and as Valleys, but for the whole year, like if you look for a side heading to the semi-finals that have that steely resolve, it's these guys here. Like they've had injuries all year, but they just keep turning up and delivering. So, mate, I'm looking forward to what we see within the next month from them.
Yeah, well, you guys beat Pittsworth in the grand final last year, Tom, and well, Bracky, I think he's had a big influence on the competition the last 3 years. Don't you agree?
Bracky's been good for Pittsworth. Yeah, he's helped them out all the way through. They've I think they've don't think they've missed finals football while he's been there, and I guess that's what the aim is: play finals football, and hope you get one of the big ones along the way.
Okay, well, it was their last game of the year, so we wish them all the best for their presentation coming up. I think it's the 7th or 8th of September, and we wish them all the best coming into 2019 season, given that they've still got the reserve grade and second division still in the finals. Hugh Sedger, Matt Hawkins and Daniel York got the points there for Player of the Year. Reserve grade, 32 points at 12. That was really important because Valleys in reserve grade were coming second, and because Pittsworth beat them, they came down back into the knockout semi-final this weekend, Nev. So, look, well done to the informed reserve grade side, and we'll talk more about them when we preview the finals week 1 for the Toowoomba Rugby League competition. And under 18s, Valley's 24-18 over Pittsworth. Both those sides were out of the finals, right? So, but they had a really close game. And Dalby had a game, a standalone game here, 34 points to South Burnett 16. A very important game, wouldn't it, Tom?
It was a very good, important game for our fellas. It put us right up the top of the table, so the minor premiers out of that. So it was great. It was disappointing I wasn't there to watch it because I drew the short straw and had to go to Stanthorpe for C grade that day.
Oh,
so.
did you, mate? And we'll get on to that C grade. We will in a moment. But congratulations to Dalby under 18 minor premiers 2018. It's here for the Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, second division, Pittsworth 34-8 over Valleys. Valleys have only won one game this year, but Pittsworth are in the hunt come second division, aren't they, Neville?
Mate, they certainly are, and they have some old stalwarts there, like Matty Briggs playing in the C grade, and they'll be hard to beat.
That's right. And then the second game in 2 weeks, Stanthorpe 22 defeated Dalby out there at the Apple capital of Australia. Stanthorpe, after Dalby had beaten them 22-16 the previous week here. And guess what? It's like a mini state of origin second division. Just the quality might be down a little bit. They play each other this week. More about that later on. Then over to the Hutchies match of the round. Wattles 36 defeated Highfields 22 after Highfields led 10 points to 6. Neville at half time, and Wattles put on 30 points that second half.
Mate, certainly a great side. And as I was talking to Gus on the telephone during the call, that mate, I've seen Wattles assault when they played out here. Just the look in their eyes, they're going to be hard to beat. They're there to win the prize.
And Tommy, did that score surprise you, especially after the half time?
Yeah, I thought, we had a pretty close game. There wasn't a lot in it, but I thought the way Highfields kicked off, they might have had a crack at them, but Wattles are pretty tough at home. I don't think they've lost too many games at home for a long time. No, not for
no, they haven't, and it was a huge crowd out there in the cars. First time I've seen double cars at that ground, and it was around the ground. It's a big thing with posts in the middle of it, but that's not important right now. Dale Perkins, he got the 3 points for the Player of the Year. Points. Sean Hamill had a blinder for Highfield, stopped a lot of tries in that first half. Highfields, they defended their line for 6 or 7 sets. I think they were about 1/3, 2/3 in possession for the minor there on Highfield, so were great to go into the half at 10 points to 6, and then they were just running out of juice that second half. So that was the story. Matt Duggan, he got the 1 point there. He was just brilliant, as he always is. Reserve grade, important game as well, because Highfields, who are minor premiers in reserve grade, congratulations to them. They defeated Wattles, who unfortunately did the dirty on Dalby the week before here, 26 points to 18. And then in under 18s, a better score than the previous week there, Nev. Highfield 74-4 over Wattles.
Mate, that Highfield side under 18, geez, they got some superstars in there. But look, to the Wattles guys, they've turned up every week, they've battled hard, and mate, they're a bunch of good young kids. So if they keep churning along, the results will come.
Look, I must admit, what I did like when I went to, and I got there when the under 18s were on, last round of the season, and they still had about 3 or 4 on the bench. Yeah. Congratulations to that Wattle side, who have been the easy beats this week this year in under 18s. Then over to Father Ranger Oval, Warwick fine-tuned their finals campaign with a nice win over Brothers, 48 points to 4. Player of the Year points, Mick Bloomfield got 3, Sam Betros got 2 for Brothers. He's been in outstanding form for Brothers this year, and of course the ever-reliable Ben Sullivan. Nice win there by the Cowboys, Neville.
Mate, most certainly is, and Phil Economides, he'll start to have these guys on track now, just starting to peak to go into the semi-finals. He's a very experienced coach, so expect big things from him.
So it's a grand slam for Warwick over there against Brothers in reserve grade, 72-22 over Brothers, 38-16 in under 18s, Warwick over Brothers, and second division, 64 points to 8 at second division there. And then to Glenholme Park, where it's quite unusual, but it was 74 points to 20. But of course, Hayden Lip was playing against his younger brother, Jordan Lip, and apparently he was very, very good in second half. Hayden Lip gets the ball, and who runs him down? little brother, Jordan Lipp. So well done to those two siblings. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, no,
you wake up, Tom, you're right.
they're both great footballers. They're Lips. They all come from the bush, or Wandoan boys. So moved to the city a few years ago. Yeah, no. So,
that's good.
Remember seeing them run around as kids out at Wandoan. Yeah, so
Good stuff.
Yeah, but great. Gatton were telling me like what a great time it was playing against South. So very competitive, and they really enjoyed the day. Player of the year points, Ty Gray. 3 points. Samson Mariner, big brute of a lad. He got 2 points, and Damien Wills, who's been very consistent for South all year, got the 1 point in that Player of the Year points there as well. Reserve grade 60 points to 10, Gatton over South, and then this under 18 game. Nev, you and I have been interviewing the under 18s. Very important game because it was a replay of the Matson Rasmussen under 18 clash where South really put a number on Gatton, and they came back and South won again by only 10 points, 26 points to 16.
Mate, it would have been a super game over, and as we move into the semi-finals of these sides, like we always say, there's not much difference between the 18s and the A grade, just the physicality of it. And, mate, the Souths have been the benchmark, as I know they've had a lot of players and reps, but what they've got to be really careful of, the other teams are coming for them.
That's right. It's going to be a great final series for that Toowoomba Better Electrical under 18s competition. Now, Tom, Dalby, here we are at the cusp of defending the premiership this year. How's the club going? Your fourth year as president?
Fifth year this year, Aug, yeah.
Fifth year. And how's the club going?
Yeah, no, we're going great. It was important for us this year to have some results again like we did last year. There's no point being there 1 year and not being there the next year. So as a club, we had the opportunity to have all grades in the finals this year. Reserve grade missed out by 1 win. The rest are all playing finals football.
Yeah, it's good.
So that's we aim to be there. Different comp now. Anything can happen. So what's happened yesterday is yesterday. It's gone and done. Achievements mean nothing now. Fixtures are over and done with. It's finals football now. She's a different game.
I suppose as president you'd be very, very happy with your under 18s, minor premiers, second division defending their premiership is the A grade, but under 18s
Yep.
you must have a smile on your face for them.
Yeah, no, it is. It's great, and that's the second year they've been minor premiers in a row. So I know they were disappointed with the way they played finals last year, and they're talking about hoping to go one further this year. So
yep, that's right. They didn't even make the grand final last year.
No, that's right. They got knocked out in the first 2 games. So, but they're hoping again. They've learned from that last year, and I guess that's what we say. We get into finals, you learn by your mistakes, and hopefully the next year you turn it around and do that one better. So
fundraising. You've got your presentation night coming up soon.
Yeah, we're 22nd of September, I think that is our presentation night. So yeah, no, like all bush clubs, we've got to have great sponsors to keep it going through the year. Like I said, it's probably look around $170,000 to break even a year. Most clubs in the bush, so you still got to have good sponsors and good people around to make money to survive. So.
You sure do, but I reckon Dalby's the envy of a lot of clubs. We've seen some huge crowds here, haven't we, Nev?
Mate, most definitely from the start of the year to the end of the year. I know it mightn't be as lofty heights as you reached last year, but yeah, support off the field is still the same. Like I can't separate them. The crowds you had last year to this year has been brilliant.
Yeah, the crowds haven't been down too far. They're back a little bit, but not much. The gate takes not a lot of difference between last year and this year. So,
and your ambassador for the presentation night?
Yeah, no, she's gearing up, ready to go for it. She's all excited.
What's her name, mate?
So Ashley, well, I'd say Wardrop, but it's Cupid, her name is.
Cupid?
Yeah.
Ashley Cupid is her name?
Yep,
and we wish her all the best. Now, they've had, this time last year, they've had a bub.
They had a bub, yeah.
A boy?
Probably a week away yet, probably first, yeah. So, yeah, baby boy, yeah.
And what's his name?
Oh, now you're putting the pressure on me. Hunter.
Archer, well done.
Yeah.
Make sure you remember that, Tom, because Jen will absolutely murder you.
We had a lot of babies last year in our club, so to remember.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
that's good.
Same father, or?
No, different father. Different father, same mother.
So we go from there.
Yeah.
So I just sort of throw that in. Look, Tom, thanks very much. The second time this year, right, that we've been out here at Dalby, and you've always been the perfect host, whether we're here or we're at the Ovian Cooking Call. Thanks very much for coming. Let's go to the break and an interview for the Toowoomba Sports Club Player of the Match, Oakey versus Gundawini. Let's hear from Daniel Hayer. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
After the break, we'll look at week 1 of the TRL Criteria Hotel Finals. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by the Dalby Leagues Club, Gatton Leagues Club and Power FM, live and free from the Dalby Leagues Club on Power TV Australia.
Andrew O'Brien reporting QRL, TRL Media, and we have the Toowoomba Sports Club player of the day, Dylan Hayer. And, it's a lazy 1,000 tackles, and then, by the way, you put the last 2 tries on to get the Bears over, Dylan. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, no, we had to lift a lot for this game. We knew we could beat Gundy. We knew we could beat every team we've played this year. But being the last game of the year, last home game, supporters day, mate, we really had to lift for everyone. And I came on that last 10 minutes and we were down by 2 points. So I only needed the 1 try, so the second one came out of nowhere, I think.
You've evolved as a player this year. I think you've learnt a lot about yourself and where you need to be positioned in the game.
Yeah, mate, and that comes from experiences this year as well. Firstly, playing A grade. Playing under Tukey, he's given me a lot of advice. And then even just going down and playing for Queensland, gave me a lot of insight into who I am as a player as well. So.
Oh, you played very well, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome. We are here at Dalby Leagues Clubs, and we are here at a wonderful day. It is a bit dry out here, and of course the Dalby Juniors are called the Devils, and we have the junior president here, Tim Hart. G'day, Tim.
Hey, Hope, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. And look, thanks very much for having us. How many kids you got registered here?
Mate, we got about 300 registered out here.
Wow, Gatton told me they had 236, mate. So you got more than that.
We got more than Gatton, mate. Yeah, we'll take as many as we need.
Yeah, and how's the club going in juniors?
Mate, really well. Yeah, we got plenty of numbers, mate, as I say, sort of thing. So we'll have a couple of sides. We'll have our 13s. They're probably our stars, mate, to be honest. They've undefeated for the last probably 2.5 years. They haven't been beaten yet, so...
Come in here a bit, mate. Give me a hug. See, you got the TV camera there, mate. Look right into it. Only joking, Tim, but look.
13s are going well. The 15s will be in the finals, mate. We're a bit lucky there. There are only 4 teams in the comp with the 15, so we'll sneak into the finals with that one. 16s will be in there. They're minor premiers as well. And then, yeah, we'll try to sneak a few in the next couple of weeks to get a few more wins and see if we can get a few into the final.
Yeah, I'd like to know your structure. How's your sponsorship set up? Yep. I mean, Gatton got a sponsor for each grade. Do you do the same thing?
We're the same, mate. We have a sponsor for each grade. We also have a few other little sponsors that we put on our coaches' shirts and whatnot. So, but yeah, we have a sponsor for every age group. A couple of them double up, which is good. And a couple of them have been going for probably 10 to 15 years, mate. So,
how long have you been president, mate?
Mate, this is my 2nd term. Yeah, so, but heavily involved in football well before that, so, yeah.
Going at a tribe of volunteers and can always do with some more?
Oh, mate, can always do with plenty of more volunteers. Yeah, we've got a great core behind us, so, you know, leaves me to just do the stuff out here, talking to you on the camera while they do all the hard stuff in the background, mate.
All right, Tim, thanks very much for having us, and thanks for coming so early, and we look forward to matching you over the footy show tonight.
No worries, thanks, Hope.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Councillors, I'll declare the meeting open. Thank you very much for your attendance. Welcome to our staff.
Hi, this is Mick Jagger on
Classic Vinyl. This is Debbie Harrow from Blondie.
This is Jimmy Barnes here.
Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
This is Reverend Willie G from ZZ Top.
The best tracks from the greatest albums of our generation.
That's right.
From your breakfast and coffee
To your drive home.
We've got the classic hits that make your workday.
When you got a job to do, go by a lot faster.
Hey, if we haven't said it lately, thanks for listening. The home of classic rock.
Don't touch the dial.
PowerFM. PowerFMradio.com.au.
Whether you're a professional musician, a weekend warrior, or just starting out, you need to talk to the experts at Royce Music. With over 35 years experience, Royce Toowoomba's oldest music store specialise in guitars, drums and sound equipment, and can even repair and maintain your equipment. Call them today on 46 327 377, drop into their showroom at 17 Bowen Street, or find them on Facebook. Royce Music, selling Toowoomba's finest musical instruments.
Hi, I'm Neil from CGD Group, and we do printing with imagination. Our products and imaging have that wow factor. Whether it be business cards, flyers, the Coffee Gazette, or our brand new A5 video folders and animation. Have your business branding remembered. Call us today on 4639 5553. CGD Group, printing with imagination.
On Power TV Australia, we take a frank look at computers, the internet and social media with a team of experts from around the world with Switched On IT. Learn what makes the internet tick and how to keep your kids safe online. Discover a whole new world of entertainment at www.powertvaustralia.com or download the app from the Google Play Store.
Thanks for joining us for the TRL Footy Show from the Dalby Leagues Club. Let's get back to Obi and the panel.
Yeah, well, welcome back to the Footy Show. We've got a few others. Is anyone still awake out there? Oh, that's good. Can't wait till the quiz where we're going to have some absolute pearl of questions. And joining us on the panel is the 2018 coach, Derek Brady. Congratulations on your season so far, Derek.
Thank you very much, and thanks for you guys coming out. It's great to see you soon.
Okay, well, let's have a look and preview this fantastic finals week one preview. Super Sunday, especially after church on Sunday. Neville, brothers, it is at Junior Field there, and also the Senior Field. And let's have a look at what's going to happen as far as what times they're on and what games. At 10 o'clock on the Junior Field is Stanthorpe versus Dalby, the mini state of origin. They're the third time they played in 3 weeks. Who are you going for there, Nev?
Mate, I'm going to go for Stanthorpe.
Why, mate?
Just simply because they're back in the competition and doing good for a win. Do the league good if they have a win down there.
Okay, well, I'm going to go for Dalby. Yep, and no one else heard me say that. Yeah, thank you very much. And you'll be proud in second division, defending their premiership from last year, Derek.
Yeah, certainly. I haven't missed too many of their games this year, especially the home games, and they're a real excitable bunch of players. They're a real tight group, and I'll give them the nod for this weekend.
And then at 11:20 on the Junior Field, under 18, this should be one of the games of the day. South and Mats and Rasmussen final winners in a knockout game against probably one of the sentimental favourites, South Burnett. We went over there to Nanango about a month or so ago, and this is going to be a ripper of a game, Nev.
Mate, it most certainly is. And I don't know about sentimental favourites. There's some big boys amongst the South Burnett guys. So they're coming to shake South up. It'll be a cracker of a game. And just with the South under 18s, like, they can't afford to lose. If they drop out of the competition, they'll look back on this season as a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, but Nev, I'm sentimental, mate. I've got a soft side. Have you got a soft side? No, you're as hard as nails. I know that as well. And mate, you've been watching the South Burnett. You saw them last weekend. So
I did.
South, hasn't it really been interesting with that under 18 competition with the South side?
Mate, it is. I mean, they're the last couple of years coming from the junior competition. I know most of the players in that team, and they're a quality bunch. They're all used to semi-final and final football. They've had success in the junior grade, so there's some quality there. Saw the South Bennett team here on the weekend. I know they don't travel as well, but Mal's done some really good work with them boys, and they were down a few troops, I know, on the weekend, so hopefully they can get that team together and give South a good run for their money this weekend.
Yeah, well, I know Robbo's going for them, but I'd suggest, Derek, that South Burnett can do Highfields, Dalby and Gatton a favour by defeating the Mats and Rasmussen title holders. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
That's right. But look, what a crash side. A crack side that South side is, mate, under 18.
Oh, look, they'd give most A-grade sides a run for their money. They're a team of model young superstars. I can't wait to see them in the future playing in the Toowoomba Rugby League. Okay, and then still on the junior field, on Sunday it is 1:15, reserve grade Valleys versus Wattles in the knockout semi-final. Valleys went from second to the knockout semi-final when they lost to Pittsworth in reserve grade last week. Look, Wattles weren't too bad against
Highfields, even though they lost last week. But who do you like in this one, mate?
Mate, I like Bally's. I like the coach there. I think he's a very good coach. I think he's an A-grade coach in the making, and I think he's the fella that's holding that Valley side together. When you consider the amount of people that's been taken out of his side to put in the A-grade side all year.
Yeah, I'm on Bally's with this one. Wattles have been playing very, very well. They were better early in the season, but they're getting into the grind. Bally's will bounce back from Pittsburgh, but look, A-grade's got a lot of injuries, so it might be affected there, so we'll see what happens. Who are you going for in this one,
Yeah,
Derek?
I think it's a really tough one to pick there. Like Bally's, like you said, they've got some injuries in their own A-grade side and they have to draw upon their reserve graders. In saying that, I totally agree. Wattles' second round performances in reserve grade haven't been as strong as their first. I'll have to go for Valley for this one.
And then 3 p.m. on the junior field, Pittsworth versus Gatton. They play for the right to see minor premiers Highfields in reserve grade the next week. Pittsworth have been the form reserve grade team of this last month, and they're up against perennial premiership winners in reserve grade, Gatton. So who do you like here?
Mate, I like Pittsworth just simply based on one player, T.O. Sullivan. I think he'll run rampant in the reserve grade. He's usually last year the 5'8" for the A-grade side, and he's, because of an ankle injury, come back to play reserve grade this year, and he's a dead set superstar. Tommy?
Yeah, well, the last 3 or 4 grand finals have been Gatton versus Valley, so I don't know whether we're going to get there again, but we'll see what happens. But look, I think our boys at Gatton, there's a few guys coming back from A-grade that should really put some meat in the muscle at Gatton Hawks, and I think they'll take the biscuits. What about you, Derek?
I agree, Gatton. You know, they've been there before. They've been, well, a number of years they've been in that final series or winning grand finals or coming runner-up, so I'll have to take Gatton.
But I still think that Gatton's the underdogs, mate, given Pittsburgh's form.
I'm sure you'll never say they're the underdogs, David.
That's right. Coming from the legend himself. All right, so over to the senior field where a lot of the games are. Second division, Pittsworth play Warwick in the knockout for second division. Warwick and Pittsworth, that's going to be a ripper of a game. Pittsworth were the grand finalists last year against Dalby. Who do you see here, mate?
Mate, I'll take Pittsworth. Just simply they got some great old hardheads in that side, so I'll take them.
Yeah, well, look, I'm taking Warwick because I've seen Warwick play in second division and they've been on fire the last month, so we'll see what happens from there. But Pittsworth, you never know. They will bring the crowd, as will Warwick, 10 o'clock, second division. Who do you like, mate?
Mate, Warwick, I saw Warwick play our boys out at Warwick in the second round, and they put on a great performance against our boys and took home the chocolates that day, and quality side, actually. Yep.
They certainly are. And in under 18s at 11:20, Highfields versus Gatton's Yobi and Cookie Call. It'll be on Power FM special events or Spreaker. Just type in Spreaker Toowoomba Rugby League as you can do with Power FM, and will be Highfields and Gatton with the right to see Dalby in the next week. Who do you like here?
Mate, I don't think I can split them over. I'll have to go Highfields because I know that you'll take Gatton, but both teams are just full of up-and-comers, just great players, talent right across the park. Mate, it'll be a top game.
One thing about finals, Derek, is that it's all back to zero coming into finals. You don't care whether they've won before and so forth, you know. But Highfields and Gatton, they've had some mammoth battles this year, so it's going to be an absolute beauty there. But yeah, look, if in doubt, or let me tell you the truth. If I don't go for Gatton, I'm going to be mincemeat. Is that right, now? No, I'm telling you the truth. Have you told me to tell you?
Kelvin will flog you.
Yeah, that's right. Who do you like in this one, Derek?
I'm going against you on this one. I'll have to go Highfields. I mean, they're a smart side. They've got some good quality players.
It's good the last time we had you on the footy show. Yeah.
Corey Hayward. Like Corey Hayward got graded in A-grade only a couple of weeks ago, so that experience being valuable to them. They've played grand finals before, you know, in the junior grade, so I'll have to take Highfields.
Okay, and then the two big games, the knockout final for the Toowoomba Sports Club match of the day, Highfields versus Warwick. I tell you what, Neville and Derek, I have actually changed my tip from back and forth the whole way, and I'll tell you why. Highfields weren't very good in that second half against Wattles, and Warwick, well,
I can't tell you why, but look, they've got form, right, but Highfields have been in these finals with their team. This is about their 4th or 5th campaign, and Warwick got a completely different side, you know, coming into this game. But I did end up going towards Warwick. Their form's a little bit better. I didn't like Highfield's game management the second half, you know, so by a whisker, Warwick for me.
Mate, I've been with Highfields all year, and I think I'll stick with them. We go back to that game last year, and I know it's a new season, but against Wattles last year, and I think they come up with the blueprint how to handle the Duggan boys in that game, and I think they can step up to that mark in the semis. Taken in mind, but they haven't won any of the big games all year, so, and I haven't seen them come off the field and think they've played an absolute spot-on game. I still have a question mark over their forwards, but I'm not sure. I don't know about them. Yeah,
look, it's going to be interesting because in Highfields they had 30 points the second half scored against them. Warwick, when they played Dolby down there at Father Ranger Oval, it was 20-odd to 4, you know, and they really got their ass kicked on that one. So who do you like in this game, Derek?
It's a very tough call. We played Warwick twice and had, on both occasions we met them. I think they were a bit under strength. And we really had good games. And then the result ended up the same. We only played Highfields once here, and it was probably our best game for the year. I listened to your call last week.
But Highfields were a bit under strength at that game as well, weren't they?
I listened to your call last week. And
who's your favourite caller, mate?
My favourite caller? The one who talks more sense was probably... Cookie doesn't shut up, so when Nev chips in, it's all right.
Yeah, that's good, you idiot. Yeah, that's right. So.
No, I'm going to take Highfields in this one. I think they can turn around. Last week they got blew off the park, and I think they just didn't have the gas in the second half. If they can get a fair run of the whistle this week, I think they can turn it around.
Look, the other thing with Ben Sullivan going to halfback, he's really reinvented Warwick. Harry Sullivan, he's been good in tandem. And look, Paul Cantrell, right, he's the X factor too, because he's got a very good defensive game and has played finals football before.
Mate, and he's tough too. For a halfback, he's quite tough.
Yep.
Also.
What are you saying, all the other halfbacks are soft, Neville?
Well, no, I've watched him a few games and forwards try to belt the halfbacks, and I've seen him try to belt him a few times and he keeps coming back, so...
Okay, well, we're on air from about 1 o'clock for those two games on Power FM, 88 on your dial, 87.8 in Kabbalah and Highfields, and also Upper Lockyer. We're on the internet on Power FM special events for that under 18 games. You can also get the call on Power FM special events and also on Spreaker. So we're really looking forward to that weekend. It's going to be unbelievable. How the boys shaping up for your game?
Mate, good. We've had a really good preparation over the last week, having the week off, having a bye in the last round, and we had a couple of extra training sessions, and this week they're feeling pretty confident. You know, we still got a couple of guys that are, running against time to see if they're going to be right for the weekend. One of our back rows got a little bit of a twinge in his knee, Cruz Turner.
Jason Wardrop, how's he going? Hadn't played for 4 or 5 weeks?
Oh, mate, it's been longer than that. He hasn't played since the Pittsburgh game.
So why are you keeping him in the side when you've only lost 1 game in the last 7 rounds? Is Jason Wardrop a pretty special player?
Mate, he's okay. Yeah,
is he?
Yeah. He's pretty good.
That's good. And Cruz Turner is doubtful for the game?
Mate, he is at this stage. So we'll give him another couple of days. It could be up to the game day itself to see if he's actually going to take the field.
And Alex Ambier, how's his health?
He's fine. He's great.
Didn't he have a little twinge or something?
He never has a twinge. I don't think he's got any. So,
what's he eat, those little orange things?
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know what they are, Wilksy? The little butternut things?
Oh, yeah,
butterbean things.
Oh, those Taylor boys.
Probably ask one of ask that in the quiz.
Ask that in the quiz, so we're going to have that later. So you're going for Dalby. Look, I am leaning towards Dalby, Neville, and the reason is that Valleys are probably a bit more busted because both sides are limping into the final. Plus Dalby had a week off last week, which is gold this time of year.
Mate, I'm going to take Valleys just simply for the fact that they've rose to the occasion all year. Just with the Dalby side, what Dalby side turns up? The ones that can play like champions or the fellas that go missing? It's up to them. The challenge is theirs.
And Looked like you were pulling your hair out against Waddles last time. There's a bit of truth to that, Derek, isn't it? A bit of truth to that.
Oh, mate, in that last game against Waddles, you know, it was one of our poor performances. You know, and it was quite similar. Well, from me listening the Waddles Highfields game on the weekend.
Yeah.
Where you know your discipline costs you a lot of extra tackles in the first half.
Yep.
And you know they actually capitalised on their points in the first half. And it wasn't until later in the half that we actually got back into the game. So.
Yeah, I think the big key for you guys is like you were down 28-6 at half time against Waddles, but it was a mistake-a-thon for you guys, whereas Highfield just ran out of puff, didn't they?
Oh, they did. They did. They didn't have the gas.
And their mistakes then come after that. Yeah. Anyway, look, we wish you all the best I've just got to finally say that these Valleys Waddles games, I was thinking about what the best words were, but they are brutal. Yep. Right? They're intense, and they're just good quality. I mean, we know what they've been through the last couple of years, and look, I've got to say, whoever loses, I don't think it's going to come back to the back again, because
they'll belt each other black and blue, Obi. And you talk to a lot of ex-footballers around, and you know the usual thing, that's not as tough as what it used to be when I played. You watch those two sides go at each other, and they just cringe. They rip each other apart.
And I do think, Derek, that there's. How should I put this? Not a lot of love lost between these two sides.
No, certainly not. You know, we've had some good battles. We certainly don't forget how you know they bashed us around in the first round this year. You know, we had a few players down that day as well, and that's not an excuse. They certainly just played all over us. They completed well. Yep. And we didn't, but you know we've turned around a lot since that game.
All right, thanks for coming on the Footy Show, Derek. We're going to take a break, and thanks you for coming, Neville. You 10-year legend, you from Oakey.
10-year hero, no.
Coming up after the break, it's Obi's Quiz. This is the TRL Footy Show, brought to you by Dolby Leagues Club, Gatton Leagues Club and Power FM. We're live and free from the Dolby Leagues Club on Power TV Australia.
Byron Pointing, QRL, TRL Media, and we're here with the Hutchies player of the round, Dale Perkins. We could have given it to a lot of people there, Dale, but when the whips were cracking, 20 minutes from the end, you just kept going forward.
Yeah, mate. I mean, we did all the hard work in the first half. The Eagles were here to play. They had everything to play for today, playing for a top 3 spot there. So, the first 40 was good, tough footy, and I thought the Eagles were very good, but unfortunately, we were just too good in the end for them.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. I mean, I remember the first round, against our Highfields, it was a real grind. This one, you got a sort of bit more advantage on them, but look, they're as tough as any side in the competition.
Yeah, that's right. The first time we met the Eagles up there at Highfields, it was only 16-14, something very low-scoring game, so it was good to put a few points on them today, and obviously they got a couple of late tries there right at the end, but yeah, I was very pleased with the boys' effort today. It's good.
Anyway, mate, I think, as I've been saying to everyone, and the common denominator in all these interviews is that you're just so pleased you got next week off, eh?
Yeah, that's right. We set a lot of goals at the start of the year. One was to be unbeaten at home. 2, we wanted to have that week off, so we're just ticking them off as we go, and we've got a job to do yet.
Yeah, well, it happened to Valleys last year. They went 1-2 out, you go, but you won't take things for granted, will you?
No, that's right. That's what I said to the boys. We won't get ahead of ourselves. We'll just take it week by week, and there's a good feeling in the camp, very good feeling, and the whole club's in a good spot, so yeah, it's good.
Congratulations, Perko, on your player of the match. You better take that from me, mate, or I'll get a beer from you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Cheers, eh?
Well, welcome back. We're here at Dolby Leagues Club, and it is Junior Devils time. As I said earlier, is that the Dolby Junior Club is called the Devils, where the seniors are called the Diehards, and we've got the under-10s, is that right? Yeah. Now, what's your name?
Nate.
Are you the captain? What position do you play?
Normally.
Okay, and do you run fast?
Not all the time.
Okay, now who scored the most tries this year? Oh, you have? How many you scored?
21.
21? Is that right, Mr. Hall?
He's got a fair few. He scores a lot of tries.
And what's the best one? Have you ever done an after-try celebration?
Yeah.
You have? You want to show us here, mate?
No.
Who's got an after-try celebration? Have you got one?
Yep.
What about this one? They go like that. Anyone do that? Okay, you got an after-try celebration. Okay, who's the captain? No one's captain. They don't have captains. Oh, you're the main captain. What's your name?
My name is Jack.
Yeah. Do you have a last name, Jack?
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a hard question. You got a last name?
Kent.
Yeah. What's your first name?
Tyler.
You've got a very nice hair there, haven't you, mate? Did you brush your hair?
No.
Oh, okay. Now tell me, look at this little fella over here, mate. Are you a brush, a comb, or you just use your hand to brush your hair? Yeah? Oh, that's good. And Scotty, how many kids have we got in the Junior Rugby League competition?
In our team, we got about 24 in our under-10s. So we usually pick up a few every year. Great bunch of kids, boys and girls. It's a great bunch. It's a lot of fun.
And do we have any girls here? Yeah. Over here, come through here. Gee, you're bigger than the other kids. Yeah. What's your name?
Georgia.
And do you like playing footy?
Yeah.
Now, do you know any of the famous rugby league girls that play, like Steph Hancock?
No.
Oh, you don't? Do you know me? I'm famous.
No, I don't know.
No! How could they not do that? Now, what's your name?
Tate.
Okay. And have you scored any tries?
No.
Okay. And your name?
Cooper.
Cooper. And you got any brothers and sisters that play?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's their names?
Lewis.
Yeah. And where do they play? What grade?
Under 7s.
Okay. So, listen, guys. You got a sister, have you?
Yeah, she plays under 6s.
Oh, okay. And is she better than you?
No.
Oh, no way, man.
I have a sister who's under 12s.
She's under 12. Is she better than you?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Break out the popcorn, sweets and drinks. It's Sunday night at the movies. Latest release movies brought to you exclusively by US filmmakers including Lima Films. Sunday night at the movies, so join us every Sunday night at 7 p.m. right here on Power TV Australia.
Hi, this is Mick Jagger on
Classic Vinyl.
This is Debbie Harrow from Blondie.
This is Jimmy Barnes here.
Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
This is Reverend Willie G from ZZ Top.
The best tracks from the greatest albums of our generation.
That's right.
From your breakfast and coffee to your drive home.
We've got the classic hits that make your workday.
When you got a job to do, go by a lot faster.
Hey, if we haven't said it lately, thanks for listening. The home of classic rock.
Don't touch the dial.
PowerFMradio.com.au.
Playing indoor netball, cricket, soccer, dodgeball and volleyball is a great way to keep fit and catch up with friends, and the place to go and play any or all of these sports is Action Indoor Sports. There are competitions for juniors and adults of all levels of ability, from beginners to the most experienced. Action Indoor Sports is home to Inflatable World, an inflatable theme park for all ages, and new and coming soon, indoor softball. Go and see for yourself. Action Indoor Sports is located at 31 Spencer Street, Toowoomba. Check out the website toowoombaindoorsports.com or phone 4635 9999.
Well, welcome along to My Music. I'm Jeff Black. let me tell you about the T-Bird Diner. Well, just over here, we've got a Ford custom line that's crashed through the wall. Next episode, on My Music, on Power TV Australia. I'll see you then.
Thanks for joining us for the TRL Footy Show live from the Dalby Leagues Club. Now let's have fun with Obi and Obi's quiz.
Yeah, well, thanks, Robbo, and here we are. It's Obi's quiz. Yeah, huge crowd here tonight at Dalby Leagues Club, and joining us is a couple of the players from Dalby. Chris Wilkes, put your hands together for Chris. You're playing very well this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's good. You know how to find the try line, aren't you?
I'll take whatever I can get.
And Brent Hunt, yes, second grand final in a row you're hoping this year, aren't you?
Yeah. I've been playing good the last couple of times.
Yeah, you've been going real well. And of course, Cody Milne, the young fella. How old are you, Cody?
20 now.
You're 20, yeah, but everyone calls you a young fella. How long are you going to stay a young fella?
Hopefully as long as I can.
You're going okay, mate. Lots of stuff. And I don't know what that stuff is below your nose. You'd be talking to Wilkes too long, that's for sure. Okay, now, 3 individual questions first up. And we start with Chris Wilkes. Now, Chris, you scored 3 tries against Gundawindi. How many tries have you scored in total this season? Now, before you answer it, right, it's 5 points if you tell me how many you scored this season, and another 5 points who you scored them against. So you scored 3 against Gundy. All right, how many have you scored all season?
I think I've scored 5 this year.
That's right, 5 points. Thanks, Robbo. You doing that for us?
I am.
Yeah, he's our adjudicator. Okay, and they were against?
I won against Warwick, and I think Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? That's wrong, you idiot.
Do I take the 5 points off now? Yeah.
Well, no. Well, what we might do is, no, we won't give him 5 points, okay? And Chris, what date did you get engaged? I don't know how that question got in there.
That's easy, 27th of June.
Yeah, that's right, but I don't know how that question got in there, but thanks very much, and congratulations on your engagement. Put your hands together. Nice bounce there. Now, Brent Hunt. Okay, now, what's the score, mate?
At the moment, believe it or not, Chris is in the lead.
There we go, with 5 points. And we've got Brent Hunt. Now, Brent, you played a pivotal role in the 2017 Premiership campaign.
Yeah, halfback, mate.
Yes, no you didn't, you idiot. Okay, when coming off the bench, okay? Name the other 3 players who sat on the bench with you on grand final day.
Last year?
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got until the weekend, Brent. Just answer
Eddie
the question.
Kelly?
Eh? Eddie Kelly? No. Okay, Tom Boland was one.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the other couple?
Armsy?
Yes, it was. We'll give you 5 points for that.
And Chris Wilkes.
That's right, but we'll just give you 5 points for that, so well done to you, Brent. So 5 for Chris. And what's this other question for Brent? How many cells are in the Dolby Watch House? No, I wasn't going to... That's got me, you know, so... And what colour scheme have they got? Yes, you're good. Now, Cody Milne, your brother Aidan, right? Born on the 6th of the 9th, 2001. How old were you when he was born?
3.
Very good. Now for another 5 points, what's your date of your mum's birthday?
19th of March. Yep. Oh, I don't know the year. Yeah, I don't know the year.
No, sorry, 1978, you idiot, okay? Every time, and I say idiot a lot, and it comes with the cliche, if you get one wrong, you get called?
An idiot.
Idiot, well done. And what's this other question for Cody? How many toilets are at the skate park in Dalby? I don't know how many that come in there as well. All right, now we got the buzzer. We got the buzzer time. All right, and we have to give give these guys the buzzers, okay? All right, now for you, Chris Wilkes, okay? We're the diehards, so it's a bit of a Vikings roar, okay? So I need a Vikings roar from you. Ah! That's it. Give us again, mate. Ah! Well done. Okay, now Dalby is noted for its cattle. Okay, so Brent, we want to get you a cattle moo, please. Moo. Now you got to do the action as well, mate. Moo. Okay. Now we were going to have Dan Manley here tonight, Cody. Okay.
The ambulance.
Well, it's not here. That's Dan Manley who bars with his brothers. Anyway, look, we've got now his name is Manley. He's strong and like. Manly means strong and Herculean, what's that? Herculean, thanks very much, Robbo. So you've got to do this, Cody. Yo. Okay? Ready? Go. Let's go through them again. Chris? Brent? Moo! Yeah? So, with your buzzers, alright? Now, the winner gets an OBN cookie called Cat. We don't give them away lightly, do we, Robbo?
Absolutely not. I'm still waiting for mine.
That's right, you've got 3, you idiot. Alright, so we got there, and you also get a shirt as well. So, big bucks, what's the score going in the buzzer?
At the moment, it's all even, everyone on 5 points.
On 5 points, okay. How many games did Dalby product Andrew McCulloch play for Queensland this year? Chris. 3. That's right, give me 5 points. And you've got to do the arm, mate. Don't do that at one answer again. Okay, let's try that again. And the move. And the last one. Okay, multiple choice. You played Valleys this weekend. To see who plays minor premiers Waddles the following week. The last time you played Valleys was in round 10. You lost to them that day and your team won the next 6 games. Okay? And what was the score in that? It's a multiple choice question, okay? What was the score in that game? Was it A, 46-26, you can enter at any moment. B, 48-28, C, 42-22, or D, who cares?
C, move.
C, 42-22, wrong you idiot. Yep. B? That's right, mate, but the real correct, and I would have accepted D, who cares? Okay, so 5 points to Cody, well done, mate. Dalby's under 18s are minor premiers this season. Who do they play this weekend? Yep.
No one.
Very good, Chris. Obviously caught the other 2 idiots out. Yeah, so that was good. Who were the House Rules 2016 winners from Dalby?
Eel.
Yep.
Cody and Luke.
Yep, and the last name? Cook. Well done. Well done, Cody.
Thank you.
That's because his name was Cody. Is that right, Cody?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's very good. Who is Dalby's ambassador this year?
Can I say it?
No, we go with Brent.
Ashley Cuban.
What, because he whispered
Ashley
in your ear?
Cuban. That's right. That's Jason Wardrop's partner, so 5 points. Can we have a score check after 5 questions?
Absolutely. Now?
Yes?
Okay. Chris is on 15. Brent's on 10 and Cody's on 15.
Well done, very close. Now this time last year, Ashley and Jason announced the arrival of their newborn. 2-part question. Was the baby a boy or a girl?
Middle.
Brent?
Boy.
That's right.
Why don't I raise my arms? I've got my buzzers out of count.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just sit down there and shut up with it. Okay, so, and for another 5 points, what was his name?
Middle.
Yep.
Archer.
What was that last one? What did you got? Idu?
Yeah, well,
yeah, you got a U.
Sound you.
Archer. That's right. Well done. Okay. Very close, I think. Question 7. Derek Brady and Steve Franciscus are your coach and captain. Spell Derek. Chris Wilkes.
D-E-R-R-I-C-K.
Wrong, you idiot. Next one.
Oh.
Yep.
D-E-R-E-K.
Wrong, you idiot.
Moo.
Yes.
D-E-R-E-K. Even Derek's saying it's right. Derek's saying it's right.
And you're wrong as well. It's D-E-R-E-C-K. Is that right?
No.
You got it right, Derek.
You idiot.
Cody, you idiot. Yeah, well, there we go. Now, for a further 5 points, this will get you. Further 5 points, spell Franciscus. Yes, Brent.
F-R-A-N-C-I-S-C-U-S.
That's well done. You're not smart enough. I thought you were.
I had the easy one.
Okay, 4 questions to go. Who was the mayor of the region?
Moo.
Yes, Brent.
Paul McVeigh.
That's right. For another 5 points, what's the region called? We'll go to you, Cody.
Western Downs.
That's very good. General manager of the Dalby Leagues Club is Spud.
Yep.
Yep.
No, repeat the question,
Okay.
sorry.
He's a life member here and a wonderful asset for the club. Put your hands together for Spud. 5 points. What is his real name?
Yo.
Yes.
Wayne.
For another 5 points, what is his surname?
Moo.
Yes.
Mackenzie.
That's good. Okay. For an extra 5 points, what is his hometown?
Moo.
Yes.
Dog.
Wrong. You idiot. Yep. Brett?
Argaminda.
No. Gatton, you're right. Thanks for that. Now let's go to a score check.
Okay, at the moment Chris is on 20, Brent is on 25,
Come back.
Cody's on 30, and Obi's -5.
Thanks. Okay, 2 questions left very quickly here. Let's test those buzzers, Chris.
Moo.
Yo.
Okay, question number 10. What time is your game against Valleys at the weekend at Glenholme Park? Yes.
3.
Well done, Cody.
Okay.
Okay, so give us one game, one question to go. What's the score, mate? Yeah, well, I lost it. All I knew was I was -5.
Cody's on 40, 25, 30 to Brent, and 20 to Chris.
Okay, well this question's worth 25 points, so whoever answers it right will win the hat, okay? In the Toowoomba Chronicle this week, they named the top 5 players. Name them and in order. Yes, Chris.
From 5?
Either way, mate, just long and they're in order, up or down.
5 was Corey Blades.
Right.
4 was Bloomfield.
Right.
3 was Jackson Green.
Right.
2 was Corey McGrady.
Yep.
And Matt Duggan.
Well, that's well done. And the winner, the night out to Maddie, to Chris Wilkes. I'll tell you what, we'll give you the hat and we'll give you the shirt. Is that all right? So put your hands together for these fellas. All right, that's the footy show. Don't forget, next week we are at Valleys, aren't we, Robbo?
Yeah, we're at Valleys.
Yeah, we're at Valleys and we're looking forward to it. And we thank everyone here. Thank Wayne McKenzie for looking after us here at the Leagues Club. And we wish Dalby all the best on the weekend against their nemesis, Valleys. See you next week. This is the Toowoomba Rugby League Footy Show.
This has been the TRL Footy Show. Thanks to our sponsors, Dalby Leagues Club, Gatton Leagues Club, Power FM, Royce Music and Computer Troubleshooters Toowoomba West. If you are in business and interested in advertising on Power TV and Power FM, you can contact us by phone or email. The contacts are on the screen. This has been a Power TV Australia production in conjunction with Power FM. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and remember to download the Power TV Australia app from the Google Play Store. Thanks for your company for another edition of the TRL Footy Show. I'm Robbo. Catch you next week.